Hi everyone, it's Kristi. Welcome back. I want to put these pages in this cover. Now, just using a recycled Reader's Digest condensed book. I am noticing on some of where the glue seepage is that this is not just glue seepage, this is brown. So something happened with the reaction of the glue and this cover. Now I have used a blue cover to do, I think it was my Butterflies in Blue, and I have never had a problem with the but I'm thinking I used the Aleene's gel glue for that one. Now I did have a problem with it popping up. So the 2-in-1 works great, but be careful because it does, the acetone kind of, I don't know, kind of eats into the color. You can see, well, I don't know if you can see or not, but there's a little bit back here, so I'm probably going to add a little bit of lace trim, but I won't do that until last. The first thing I want to do, now that we've added this little hinge piece, is kind of find my bone folder, for one thing. Where'd it go? It's usually right here. Oh, for heaven's sake, how do these things walk away? Anyone want to venture a guess? Because I don't put them back in the exact right space. Here it is, way over here by the remote controls for the TV, because that's where it belongs. You want to just gently kind of crease in here. I'm using a thinner craft cardstock. This is not super thick, but I just want to kind of ease this in to bending up. And then same thing on the other side. Just kind of, you know, give it some coaxing a little bit, and gently fold that up just so that it doesn't crack. I don't know that it will, but this way I don't have to worry about it. Now, you know, if it should crack, you know, I'm just going to cover it up with something, so not a big deal. But anyway, now we have, now this is rather stiff because we did put a lot of glue on that, so I'm just going to kind of fold it gently, giving it some time. And looks like this piece is a little bit looser. That's the front. So let's just kind of bend that down a little bit. And it has a lot of thicknesses because we've got that fabric there, and we've got the cardstock, plus some of that paper that was left from before. So anyway, and we will continue to play with this as we're working with it. I think I am going to use a hitch post closure for this one, with maybe just a hairband. Not sure. Anyway, now I've debated on how to do this. In fact, when I watched Ginger's video over at my sister Scrapper, she completes her pages, I mean, until they're done. This is like the last step she does. But I'm a little, I've never done this before, as I mentioned before, so I just want to make sure that I have a little more control. So I have not filled any of the pockets yet. Only thing I've done is mat them, as you know. So what we're going to do is we're going to work from the front, and I'm going to do a little dry run here. We're just going to put that on there like that. She uses double sticky tape. You see how it lays flat? Isn't that nice? She uses double sticky tape, which I'm going to be honest with you, I'm scared of that stuff. It's permanent. Well, it's not permanent, but it grabs super quick. And so I thought about using the Fabri-Tac because I feel like I have a little more control with it. I think I'm going to do one side at a time, and I am going to use the Fabri-Tac. That way I have a little bit, Now you can see this bag has a little wrinkle in it, and I did try to fix that, but I'm not going to worry about it. It's on the inside of the page, and it's a bag. You know, sometimes it's okay to show what it was. I kind of like that idea. But as you can see, there's about 1.5 inches gusset here. This is 1/2 inch. So there is a lot of room in between once we get this on. That's going to be open. So we could go ahead and glue the back half of this, and I think I am going to do that. Just maybe, oh goodness, maybe 1/4 of an inch or 3/8 in the back. I don't want to glue toward the edge because I need to get that on the hinge, but I do want this to be completely enclosed. So just, you know, running a line in the back there. Now I'm going to go ahead and close that down. Probably can't see it because I did it close to me. So we have a smaller little hinge area to deal with, and I think maybe it'll be straighter. But what I thought I might do, and I'm going to try this because Ginger put the tape on both sides, but she only released the tape on one side first, got the page where she wanted it, then released the tape on the other side. So I'm going to do that with my Fabri-Tac here. And hopefully this won't dry super quick. It's so hot. 107 today. It was 92 degrees at midnight last night. Alright, so I'm just going to get that piece over the top. Slide that down. Now we don't want it to go over the fold. We just want to go straight down until it stops. And then I'm just going to press that, and as you can see, that other piece will lift up. So we will have to get some glue on this side now. Okay, so I'm going to lay that down. I want to make sure that this is not lifting first though, because if I lay it down too soon, this is going to lift and then my pages will be crooked. Hope you can see that. The CD's kind of flapping in the way. But I'm about 1/16 of an inch away from the score line of that flap. Okay. So, and you know, the 3-in-1, not Fabri-Tac, it's 3-in-1, but it's relatively quick. So now I'm going to come in here and go ahead and put some glue here. Stand that back up so that that gets in the proper place and press it down. And I'm just going to give that a minute to work so that it's where it's supposed to be. If this happens to be open, somewhere where I don't want it open, I can always add a little bit more glue, but I'm not worried about that at the moment. I did decide I'm going to put journal cards in the top, not journals themselves, and I think what I'm going to do is take a ribbon and kind of do like a continuous wrap around all of these gussets and around the outside and use that for adding pages. We'll see if that works, because I don't really want to sew anything into that. So okay, that one should be done now. Alright, we'll lay that down. Okay, now this is not necessarily going to be perfectly straight. Okay, that's why we're doing it standing up, because we want it to be pretty straight this way. I'm really lining everything up with the bottom because of the thickness here, because these bags, if you'll remember, some of them were a little crooked, and I don't know if I have an example of that somewhere. Yeah, the back of this one. See how this is shorter than this? So I don't want to line it up with this, or this will buckle. I don't want to line it up with this necessarily because I don't know where this is going to end up. So this is sturdy. I'm pretty sure these are straight at the bottom because they haven't gone their own way, and so I'm kind of lining everything up with the bottom. Okay, I want to make sure I don't get these out of order. I want all the CDs at the top. Did we do the bottom one? Okay, so we got bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom. And I have all the CDs facing the top. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do the next one, and I'm going to probably go ahead and fast forward this part because you don't need to see me painstakingly. It's not difficult. I'm just somewhat of a perfectionist, so that's why this art form is good therapy for me. But sometimes it still reveals itself. I'm going to turn this way though, because it is easier to see if you do it toward yourself. Open that enough so I can see where it goes. That'll help. There we go. Okay. And if you kind of push on this side so that it just will touch that, and then kind of press it, leave it for a second before you lay it flat so it has time to grab. Okay, and then we'll move on to the back. And you can see this one, you can go ahead and get in there. And remember, we glued down this area, so we want to attach it in this area here. What I usually do is I hold it until I don't feel the cold of the glue anymore, adhesive, glue, whatever. And then I know that it's got pretty much a good grab. But you can see the pages are pretty well lined up there. Now, we still have a lot of room, but doesn't that look nice? Now, by the time we add the large tags, we're going to add side pockets to the front and back cover. And I thought, and I know it will cause a little bit of resistance here, putting things in and out of the pocket, but I don't think it'll be major. So I'm going to add my pockets on this side to cover the hinge, although it wouldn't be necessary. I mean, if you used a decorative piece of cardstock here instead, of the craft card. Even with the craft card, I could leave it. It's not a big deal. But I really like the size of this with the 5 pages, and I'm going to cut down some. I'm only going to put, I think, coffee dyed paper in the middle. Just leave them blank, because I really think that's going to be enough. But as the cover lays flat and as we continue to work on this, you can see how these pages will lay flatter than normal pages. They're a little stiff right now because of the glue and what have you, but yeah, I think it'll be nice. So then I'll put a pocket on this side. I'm just going to do like a side tuck with a little notch. And so yeah, so this, I'm sorry this video is short. I've got some appointments today, but I wanted to go ahead and get the pages in and show you how to do that. I hope you guys will play along with this. This is a lot of fun. Like I said, it's just something that popped into my head when I saw Ginger's video. I was like, she made it a photo album, but you could totally turn it into a journal, and I just had to play with it. And since we were doing paper bags, I figured it was appropriate. So I do have a couple more paper bag projects coming up as soon as we finish this one. I want to do a mini, which is my favorite one. I've done it before, and then I want to do another one using the 12 by 15 merchandise bags. Again, that's kind of a dos-a-dos. Which is, I don't know if you remember, we did the dos-a-dos before. It dates back to the 1300s, I believe, but it has pages on one side, and then you flip it the other way, and it's a book on the back as well. But this is another Susie from Creative Cafe Girl. It just looked so fun, and I thought we'd finish out with that one. Oh, and then I still want to do the piano roll. So I've got 3 more projects coming up, and we'll see if we can get them all done before the end of the month. We're only on, what, the 18th? I think we might make it. So anyway, that's it for today, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye now.